Yeah. My gosh. Here we go. This is it. I don't know what it is. It's just another day. It's just another day in paradise. Welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here in the Impact Powersports studio. So glad you are joining us today on this, it's kind of weird. You know, Christmas lines up on a Monday, but I feel like today is Christmas Eve because, you know, you're like looking forward to the whole weekend. Oh, my God. Right off the jump, Ben Glaze is in here, the immortal Ben Glaze, whose usual shy self sauntered in to the Beltline Bar last night. We got Ben out in the wild. He sauntered in his trademark hoodie and ball cap on. A table full of people. There must have been like 15 to 20 of us there after the great food giveaway. And Ben, it's like if he could have made a sound then when he walked in and saw those people who were going, Ben, oh my God, and they're like clapping for him. In my brain, Ben was going, people, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm shy. Holy fuck. He said as I go, Ben, have a seat. Where do I sit? Well, there's 10 open chairs. Pick one, fuckface. And just all of these fantastic people. There's Mandy. Mandy is in the chat. Mandy, of course, I believe Mandy is the one from the lovely lady from Grand Rapids Pitbull Alliance who was there with us giving out pet food yesterday at the great food giveaway. I tell you what a bunch. It just comes together, and we were just so happy to be doing it. It's a damn good thing that the ladies from Irvine's have their ducks in a row, Megan and Jamie, because they actually had, like, for all these cars that were lined up, like an order form for feminine care products. So it said at the top of this, you give them a sheet of paper, like there's a line of cars. All right, tell us what your order is. Vehicle, make, and model. And then you're like, okay, I need these, and these, and then that's it. We have, it's all like runners are running back and forth to cars. Hurricane Ashley and her boyfriend, Tim, friend of the show, Tim the ref. And I tell you what, it was just seriously, an army of volunteers had made it all happen. I'm kind of all over the place right now. I'm in the afterglow phase of that terrific event. I will tell you this. We're going to have to up our game. It's all weird because last year we had 200 meals to give away, and then slinging them out was hindered, A, by a snowstorm, and B, well, it's not that we didn't have publicity, but last year we didn't have the publicity that we had this year. This year, thanks to Fox 17 and all of you promoting it on your personal Facebook pages, and then our friends over at Public Radio, Dave, Mediocrity Dave, Public Radio Dave, and Shelley Irwin, we had an idea that it was going to be very, very busy. And our weather was great. That's absolutely true, Sarah. And, you know, we had an idea because we had gotten people reaching out during the week, random calls. Hey, is this where the food is going to be given away? Calls to Irvine's, emails coming in. We had a total of 3 homebound people who couldn't get out. Those meals were delivered. And by the time I got there at like 10 after 2, Mike Ball, what a genius he is, fantastic. He and the crew were busy boxing up the food, and there was probably 15 cars deep, maybe 20 cars deep, up and down the side street Stafford in the center of Grand Rapids. I'm like, oh boy. Some of those people had been there as early as like 1:15 in the afternoon to get the meal. And I go, boy, I really hate to make them wait, but it's only just barely after 2 p.m. So I walked up to every single car, and I said, so just so you know, we're going to get started closer to 3 p.m. We just want to keep this, because that's what we told people. It'd be a bummer if we gave away 2/3 of the food and it's only 2:30 in the afternoon. But they came from far away and loaded up. Now, we had so much activity. Okay. Hold on a second here. I just got a text. I have to answer this. All right. Sorry. We had our crew at the corner of Stafford and 44th. And it got to a point where it was pointless to try to direct people towards us who had no idea what was going on. Hey, free food, and anybody can just, that's the way we've done it in the past. And that's been a key in the past. This year, standing at the corner was not necessary. In fact, it came out to bite us in the ass because, there were people still driving over who knew about the event. We're like, oh, God, I got to go get the free food. I'm dependent on it. Or the free dog food or the free feminine products. And because we had our crew at the corner waving them in, you got people who, they don't have any idea about this. They're just going to go get the free food, which is fine. It's totally fine. I get it. But we ended up pulling back our crew from the corner and say, hey, come on in. It's probably better if we not have anyone at the corner. It's actually a hindrance at this point. That's how busy we were. To be at the corner was, I hate to say it, but, almost like not only clogging up the line, but there were people who were like, oh, my God, I really need this, who've been waiting like 2 weeks to get after it. So we pulled them back. We don't need it. That's how busy it was. We were done giving out the food by 3:30 in the afternoon. In fact, yeah, that's what Sarah says. Yep, we did not need to work the corner. I'm glad you came back. That would have been a bummer if you stayed out there directing people over to us. We went ahead, and it was. I was actually talking to the cars in the line, and what do you call it? Megan came up to me. She goes, all right, this car right here is our last car. She points it to me, and I go, okay. So then I went up to the car behind that, and I had to break the news to these people. I go, hey, plenty of pet food if you need it, plenty of feminine products, but the car in front of us is our last car. That is, we're out of food. And this poor thing, and I was like, oh no. And it was rough. It was a bad deal right there. And the lady next to her. So it was an elderly lady driving and a younger lady next to her. I'm assuming mother-daughter. And daughter looks at me. And I had a feeling she was thinking I was a white devil. Because they were 100% black. And she said, you gave away 100 meals? That's 100 meals are gone right there. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, no. She thinks I'm a racist. She thinks I'm there's some kind of plot going on. And I'm like, oh, fucking shit. And I go, yes, ma'am. There is no more food. And I thought she was going to fucking shoot me or strangle me or something. I go, yeah, yep. Megan says, I know exactly who you're talking about. They were sweet, and we gave them tons of pads and ponds. I'm so glad that they lightened the mood because I thought they were going to kick my ass. I was just yes, mammy, no, mammy the whole way, you know? Mandy says, I know that car too. Such nice ladies. All smiles from that car. Well, good for you because they wanted to beat the fuck out of me. Especially a young one in the passenger seat. Like, oh, my God. All right. So then, despite having to break that news to every car behind her, everybody took it well. You know? Everybody did okay. Some people got out of the line. There's one lady, because the line was back probably from the intersection of Stafford and 44th, about a half mile. And there was a lady there, and I said, so, and I started explaining, do you want one of these? Do you want some free tampons or whatever? And she goes, I just want to make a right on 44th Street. I go, oh, well, you're in line for a food drive. You can get out of the line and just go up to the light and make it right. And she goes, thank you. I was like, oh, my God. I guess that's possible. There is a business down the street there. I'm not going to say which one, for our friends at Irvine's. They were not happy at all that there was cars, like, in front of the building. Some guy is, like, in front of the building, and he's waiting for the food. And, like, the people that run that business came out and actually had the nerve to say to the guy, hey, you can't be here. And this guy's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I can't be here. Yeah, this is a business. And the guy goes, yeah, I know this is a road. What do you mean this is a business? Of course it's a fucking business. What? I didn't think it was a goddamn, I didn't think it was Disneyland, asshole. I know what it is. So this guy in the car is explaining to me how dude in the neighboring business was a total cock. I see Hurricane Ashley is in the chat. I saw a different side of Ashley. I mean, she was like focused. She was in charge of helping be the runner for the tampons and putting product into bags and sending them along. And she was like focused and wasn't doing anything dumb. And I was like, what's going on with you? What happened? Did you take some ADHD medicine before this? Because you seem like you're actually a productive citizen at this point. I'm very, very impressed with this. My God. Totally kidding. You were fantastic. So was everybody. You want some fucking tampons? Hey. Oh, my God. What are you doing? Look at this car. It fucking sucks. I love you. I feel so bad for you. You want something free? Oh, my God. Hello, you're poor. Oh, fuck you. I love you. You want some free food? Fuck off. Ugh. Mandy says, oh, my God, Ashley, she got her hustle on yesterday, jumping hurdles over bags of dog food while she ran down the line. 10 out of 10. I got more than 2,000 steps within 2 hours. Fucking shit. Oh, my God. Yeah. And then her sweet boyfriend, Tim. Jawline for days on that guy. How do you keep him clothed? If I were you, I'd be ripping his clothes off every chance that I got. He's fantastic. Thank you to all the volunteers. We actually gave Radio Voice Linda and Amy the food to be delivered. That was awesome. Fantastic. And then the meal after. God, I don't even know where to begin on all this. It's just kind of all plopping it on you like, hey, here you go. This is what happened. Exceptional. All right. What am I forgetting? Oh, I heard from Megan at Irvine's today. And yeah, last year we went with 200 meals, less publicity, snowstorm. This year, great weather, more publicity. So the fact that we were out of food quickly, we need to up our game. We're going back to 200 meals next year. Hopefully we'll be able to get the same type of media push on the event and do it up that way. Get more food out there. So, again, I can't thank everyone enough for contributing and for volunteering and helping. Mike Ball, the special star on his forehead, picked up all of the food in a ridiculously efficient way, boxed all the food. This guy gets work done. Okay? Absolutely incredible. Thank you. And then he had to be like someplace else afterwards. So he just peeled out of there with his trailer, and we still had some feminine products left over after the event. And so they will be donated accordingly. It was fantastic. I think this is year 4 of this. But this was the most streamlined, effective. It breaks my heart. But when you're turning people away, that means a successful event has happened. Megan says, breaking news, Great Food Giveaway 5 will be on Thursday, December 19th, 2024. Okay. If you say so. Tim says, marking the calendar now. I'm just along for the ride. Honestly, it's you guys kind of doing this shit. I'm just the big mouth saying, hey, here we go. This is what's going on. Again, this event, sometimes you hear people say, it's all because of you that we do this event. Really, that's no bullshit with me. Because had you not suggested to me in December of 2020, when I was podcasting from a hotel room in Los Angeles after the kidney donation, had you not all said, yeah, let's do a food drive. I'm kind of like, oh, God, they all want to do a food drive. Shit. Oh, fuck. Don't make me do stuff. I would not have done that. And I said, my God, with all of the immediate response from people in the chat, you usual suspects, as I like to call you, had you not said anything, I wouldn't have said, well, we're going to do it. The only reason why I did it, total honesty, is because you all said you are doing it, and I'd be a real chump if I said, no, we're not gonna have a food drive. Screw that. Talk about a reason to hate me. It's like, oh, fuck, I guess I'm doing a food drive. I sure hope you all don't say, hey, let's have a big gangbang. A charity orgy. My God. Afterwards, we went to this restaurant. I don't want to say which one. I have in the past, but I don't know. I really want to talk about our server. This may have been the most interesting person I've ever been in the presence of without actually having a conversation with. I'm going to make some assumptions here. About this server. Dave says, I don't think I can promote an orgy on public radio. Ashley puts in all capital letters, let's have an orgy. Yeah, that kind of is on brand. To me, you seem like like you would be an aggressive lover. I mean, not saying that, for Tim. Like, Tim strikes me as the type of guy like, oh my God, she's going to beat the shit out of me again. I don't know why. give me that vibe. You would probably be like the Miguel Cabrera of orgy participants. Miguel Cabrera in his prime. I think also a top-notch performer at the Eric Zane Show podcast show orgy would be Sarah Rook-Ruck-Roosh. She has a lot of orgy energy, I'm thinking. She says, I'm too old for that. That is ridiculous. There is no way. I think you would be an all-star at the Eric Zane Show podcast orgy. Ben says he'd be in for the show orgy. We'd have to do a charity orgy. PSN Bleach says what the Zaniacs wanted finally happens, and they aren't here.
Let's go to Big Boss Dick, because I know you want to hear it.
Some participants might be more in the watching mode. Others might be reluctant participants. I don't know. It's fun to talk about, but I don't think there's going to be an Eric Zane Show podcast charity orgy. I think it's getting a little bit too far off the beaten path. About as far as we can go concerning anything of genitals is the giving away of female sanitation products. I really don't think I could be on Fox 17 or Public Radio with Dave talking about the charity orgy. But can you imagine if we lived in a country or a world where that wasn't so taboo? And, you know, when you go to the local restaurant, they have the bulletin board. You can hang up notices for, like, HVAC repair and home improvements and charity events like the so-and-so chili cook-off, the cornhole tournament, and then community orgy and bake sale. Dave says he can't effectively narrate an orgy with my boring voice. No, disagree. I think that's the right voice for an orgy. You have to go dulcet tones. Some call it boring. I don't. Dulcet tones is the sign of effective news writing and actuality reporting. Shawner guy says, imagine the smell. I might puke. All right. So afterwards, we're at this restaurant. And this server was so unique and interesting that the queen of the forest, who's sitting next to me, she says, I got to know his story. I gotta talk to him. I got to ask him. And I go, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. If you're, but I mean, this is the middle of the workday for this person. The server comes up, and handsome man, perfect hair, kind of like a little bit of a. By the way, O'Neill's having a dream right now. If you're wondering what he's doing, no, he's not having a seizure. He's having a dream that he's running or something. Young, in shape, petite, very well put together. He's very handsome eyes with long eyelashes. Why am I describing this person this way? I'm going somewhere with this. Relax. And then the voice is the most feminine lady voice you will ever hear. Not just like a dude who's gay, who's got gay voice going. No, it was a sweet, adorable lady voice. And so much so that I just wanted to watch the voice leaving the mouth and go, what the fuck is going on here? And then it occurs to me, this is where I started to assume. I assumed that this person was born female and is now male. So everyone there assumes that. All right. And we're kind of doing the math in our heads. And then I think it was Amanda who said, what's the pronouns? Hey, what are your pronouns? And he says, he, him. So, dude. Ben says, did Kyle Ryan hit on him? Kyle says he's not my type. Megan says, I did not assume. I think this person is rocking his tight jeans and living his best life. I don't know. I just assumed as soon as I heard the voice. You have to. You had to assume that. How could you not? I mean, it was the sweetest female voice you've ever heard. In a weird way, this was an extremely attractive, at the same time, male and female person. I mean, it might have been a unicorn transgender person. And in addition to the voice sounding 1,000,000% lady, Megan says beautiful eyelashes. Oh, without a doubt. I mean, I wanted to, have sex with the boy parts and girl parts at the same time. It was remarkable. Probably the most attractive person in the LGBTQ plus community to ever exist. So, and then not only the voice, but you know how when a chick will, she carries herself in a certain way, moves, kind of glides through the room quickly and effectively and efficiently, and then so nimble and tiny can kind of slide in between people. Here's your meal, and just in and out. She's just kind of like a little pixie, or he's just like a little pixie. So the movements are very girly. The voice is very girly. The appearance, the outward appearance is dude. I mean, not even close. You know, occasionally you'll see a person who was a female and has become a dude. You can figure it out. It's like, oh, but you would have had no idea that this was at one point a female. Now, these are all assumptions that I'm making because Diana did not go with the impulse of going up to this person and basically having this person give his entire resume on his life. I was like, I don't know. Just let it be. Just let it be. He is in the middle of his workday. I mean, if you make him feel really, really good, there's still the sensibility of a female in there, and he might burst into tears. You know how it is with chicks or former chicks. You know, you say even just a barely nice thing, and they're going to, and typically with a person who's transgender, you know that there's a person in their life who's a fucking asshole who treats them poorly. But I think the Queen of the Forest was like, oh my God, I just got to know. I mean, my daughter is dating a nice boy that used to be a girl as well. And oh my God, I just love you. I just love you so much. I just want to hug you. I think that this person maybe would have been receptive to it. Maybe, but I don't know. I got the impression that Megan and I were both kind of like, just an uneventful day might be fantastic for this person. Okay, I don't know. Linda says he had more facial hair than Cutie Patootie, LOL. Amy says he was very friendly too. He called everyone sweetie or hun. He was adorable. Yeah, to me that's fantastic. Having the, if you're a transgender person, you're kind of like, you have something like in this particular case, some of the outward mannerisms, the sound for sure, the gentleness, I don't know, just some type of this like meticulous nature of this individual. It was tremendous. Username 12989 says you should have just asked to see his cock. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work if that's going to work for us. Besides, I don't even know if that was what was down there. There could have been some procedure to make that no longer a thing. You be nice, though. You be nice, though. With a new person, it says username 12989, here to mix it up and cause trouble. You know, we can't let too much of that go. So you got the one out of your system. Congratulations. Welcome to you. Now make yourself at home and try not to be a fucking asshole. Megan says Kevin and I were watching to see what was going to happen when Diana was going to have that conversation. Linda checks in. We should all plan on an outing to the Grand Rapids Gold game on Friday, January 5th. I think Maureen and I will be there. Then Kyle says, speaking of adorable, look at O'Neill. And absolutely, he's on his back. Speaking of living his best life, he is completely on his back, enjoying things. Welcome to the show. The show that's 36 minutes old. For new guy who said you should have just asked to see his cock. That's a yellow. I gotta give you a yellow on that. You get two yellows, then you get a red, and then that's gonna be it. So you got it out of your system. You got the one yellow under your belt. It's Christmas. You got to relax. All right. For folks who are enjoying the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube, have a great day. If you want the rest of the show, you can get it on Twitch. Download the Twitch app through the App Store or however you get your apps. Once it's there, there's a little magnifying glass search function. All one word, Eric Zane Live. You can get the audio podcast of this show whenever I post it right after I get done with this on any platform. I suggest Apple Podcasts. That, to me, is the best. And subscribe, rate, and review, please. Subscribe, rate, and review. Not to mention my Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. New material on the Patreon going up every single day. Stuff that on the free platform like Twitch and Apple Podcasts cannot bring you. You have to sign up on Patreon to get Who Are These Zanes? Who Are These Free Beers? Which are review shows on Who Are These Zanes, who listen to old radio that I did back years ago and just cringe. My God. Ben Glaze and myself do that show. We also have the review show, Who Are These Free Beers, where we listen to current episodes of the Free Beer and Hot Wings show, and we review those. So that is on Patreon, and you can sign up for free for 7 days. Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. You do need to put in a payment form for that, but you can cancel it right after you sign up, and you still get the 7 days free. You can do that once. If you say, well, you know what, Zane, I'll try it for 7 days, and then I'll decide if I cancel it. If you like it, just let it ride. It will roll for you and just charge you accordingly, either $5 or $10 a month. $5 a month is all the audio. $10 a month is all the audio, all the video, and the live streams. Set up for you, foolproof. Patreon.com/Eric Zane.